This is ChestertonRadio.com.
And here's the cinnamon bell.
Exciting things are happening in the snow country, where Judy and Jimmy and their friends, the Cinnamon Bear and the Crazy Quilt Dragon, are visiting with Santa Claus. You'll remember that Santa ordered Captain Tintop and a detachment of tin soldiers to the icicle forest to battle the bad dolls who stole the Silver Star. Reports came back from the front that the enemy was being led by a strange, unknown creature. A maybegram from Queen Melissa flashed the news that the Wintergreen Witch had escaped from her prison in Maybeland. Confident that Wintergreen was leading the culprits, Santa rushed more men to the scene of battle. Then, just as we left them last time, Nicky Frutal bounded in to announce that the soldiers had returned victorious. And now we find Santa Claus leading his smiling visitors into his private office where Captain Tintop, man of the hour, awaits them.
And Captain Tintop's got the Silver Star? Oh, I'm so glad, Santa Claus.
You bet. Gee, we're awfully grateful.
Oh, sure. Save your thanks for Captain Tintop. He's waiting for me in my office. Ah, congratulations, Captain.
We have met the enemy, and they are out.
Well, that's fine. And the star?
It is here.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
This is Judy, Captain Tintop.
Your servant, ma'am.
And this is Jimmy, Captain Tintop.
How do you do, sir?
He's fine, and so am I, now that we have our lovely Silver Star back again.
You bet.
Pardon my intrusion into this joyful occasion, no less joyful to me, I might add. But might I inquire about that large wreath of evergreen which you are carrying in your other hand, Captain?
This is the Crazy Quilt Dragon, Captain Tintop.
How do you do? This wreath to which you refer, sir, is all that remains, sir, of the enemy.
Indeed? How so, Captain?
You may recall, sirs and ma'am, that in a previous report, mention was made of unexpected assistance to the resistance of the bad dog.
Oh, yes, indeed. It was the Wintergreen Witch.
Ugh, it makes me shudder to think of her. What happened to her, Captain?
This, ma'am. This is what happened to her. This is the Wintergreen Witch, ma'am.
It serves her right. Well, how did she get turned into a Christmas wreath, Captain Tintop?
Allow me to come to that later, if I may, sir. Santa Claus, sir, following arrival of reinforcements and intelligences re the ally of the bad dolls, I gave command to surround them in the icicle forest. Thickness of icicles prohibiting air attack made necessary concentration of infantry and artillery. May I make suggestions, sir, that artillery is far more effective? Need newer models?
Oh, come now, Captain, come. I'm afraid that will hardly be necessary.
Do not agree, sir, but just a suggestion, sir. Giving orders not to fire until they saw the whites of their eyes.
Jimmy, he sounds like a history book, doesn't he?
We awaited the onset of the foe. With the cunning they are noted for, the bad dolls made their attack quietly, so we were unprepared, to some extent, for their appearance. But quickly gave the command to fire the cannon snowballs, and our superior numbers told the tale. Proceeding according to your instructions, sir, ordered the planes aloft with the witch net.
Witch net? So that's how you got old Wintergreen.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Captain, this is Patio Cinnamon, the Cinnamon Bear.
How do you do?
Fine, my military friend, but go on with your story, please.
Proceeding in formation B2, the squadron flew until they sighted the enemy ally, a green blotch on the white ground.
My, this is exciting.
Whereupon they dropped the witch net, secured the prisoner, and returned to headquarters. As chief in command, the prisoner was placed in my custody, along with the defeated bad dolls. I may say, sir, as an officer and a gentleman, sir, I dislike very much the idea of placing a female under arrest, sir. But upon closer association with said female, sir, form different opinions, sir.
I don't blame you, Captain. That old witch was a terror, no mistake at all.
She was a bit of a caution, sir, indeed. Having turned the bad dolls over to the repair factory to be restuffed, inquired of your head foreman, Santa Claus, sir, as to what might be done with the prisoner. Prisoner not being citizen of Snowland and having no orders as to final disposition of same. Foreman opined that prisoner might be made into something useful, as suggested Christmas wreath. evergreen for wintergreen, you know.
So that's how it happened.
Yes, sir. Any further orders, sir?
No, that will be all for the present. Thank you, Captain. Except that we would be very happy to have you with us at the banquet.
Banquet? Bless my stuffing.
Oh, Captain Tintop, you don't know how good it makes us feel to know that mean old Wintergreen Witch can't do anything to us anymore.
And she certainly can't, Judy. I'll see to that personally. I'll hang the wreath right up here in my office, and Nicky and I can both keep an eye on it. And now, how do you all feel toward a little refreshment?
Gee, Santa Claus, I think we'd all like it pretty much.
Delighted. Well, when do we eat?
Patio Cinnamon, as one citizen of Maybeland to another, I'm ashamed of you.
Oh, you are you? Well, you can save the shame for yourself. That's what you can do.
No. Stop that quarreling. Well, I take it that you're all in the mood, Very well. Follow me to the banquet hall.
Somebody pat me on the back. I'm so nice and full, my stuffing's all bunched to the back.
Like this?
Oh, well, a little on that order, Jimmy, but that's enough, thank you.
I stopped counting all the cinnamon buns you were eating after I saw you take the 25th Patio Cinnamon.
I don't suppose you counted all the lime lollipops you had? What a crazy quilt cavern you turned out to be.
Jimmy, I think we'd better be getting home pretty soon, don't you?
Yes, I do. You know, I feel sort of,
Let down, Jimmy?
yes, I guess that's it. Gee, we've done so many exciting things, and I guess maybe I'm sort of tired or something. Anyway, it's getting awful close to Christmas, and Judy and I have had a swell time with you, Santa Claus, and, well, we think we ought to go home.
As our adventures together draw to a close, as spokesman for our little party...
And just who appointed you as spokesman?
As spokesman for our little party, may I say a few words?
No.
Thank you. Tears come to my eyes when I contemplate parting from my dear, dear friends, the friends of adversity.
What's that?
I think he means you all went to school together.
But we didn't.
But I realize that like all good things, even this, our quest for the silver star must come to an end. With laurels on our brow,
What's he talking about?
Just let him rave. Crazy always has to make a speech.
we spend these last few precious moments together. Oh, may I propose a toast?
Well, I think that would be all right, friend Crazy Quilt.
I propose a toast to those true friends, those stalwart friends, me, those friends so soon to depart. Lift your glasses of milk, friends. I give you Judy and Jimmy.
Well put. Well put. Well, have you all had enough?
Oh,
That's fine. I don't wish to hurry you, but it's getting time to leave. I'm going to take Judy and Jimmy.
And me, Santa. Don't forget me.
Oh, no. I wouldn't forget you, Patio Cinnamon. I'm going to take you back with Judy and Jimmy to their attic.
oh boy, this is the biggest thrill yet.
You've been so awful kind, Santa. We don't know how to thank you.
Oh, sure. That's all right. That's what Santa Claus is for, to help children find happiness.
Well, what about Crazy Quilt? Is he going back with us, too?
Oh, no, thank you, Jimmy. I think not. In fact, I've been quite taken with the snow country. I'd like to stay on here for a bit.
Well, that's quite all right. Glad to have you. Oh, Nicky.
Yes, Santa Claus?
Is the sleigh ready?
Just about, Santa Claus. They're filling the last trailer now.
Good. Have you checked everything with my list?
Yes, I did that personally.
Well, all right. And I guess we can start. Come, children. Shake a paw there, Cinnamon Bear. I'll help you up, Judy. There.
Thank you, Santa dear.
Now, how about you, Patio Cinnamon? You need any help?
Well, just a little boost, please, Santa Claus.
Will you allow me the pleasure, Patio Cinnamon?
I don't trust you at all, Crazy Quilt. But you can do it just this once.
Oh, such a way to regard the friend with whom you've gone through thick and thin.
How come this sudden burst of affection, Crazy Quilt? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, quite. Here, let me help you up.
There. Thank you, Crazy. You know, sometimes you're a good dragon. But only sometimes, mind you, only sometimes.
Have you got the silver star all right, Jimmy?
You bet. Been hanging on to it ever since we got back.
All right, you get in next, Jimmy.
Okay, Santa. Oh, would you please hold the star for me a minute while I get in, Crazy Quilt?
Oh, with pleasure, Jimmy. Any little last-minute favor, you know.
Goodbye, dear Crazy Quilt. I hate to go away and leave you.
Goodbye, Judy girl. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Oh, dear, I'm afraid I may have to weep a few Crazy Quilt tears.
Oh, please don't. We'll see you again sometime. Sure we will.
Goodbye, Nicky Fruitle. If you ever come to the world with Santa Claus, drop in to see us. I'll show you my magic lantern set.
Maybe I will sometime, Jimmy. Thanks.
Just take a look around, Nicky, and see that all the trailers are fastened securely.
All right, Santa.
Okay, Crazy Quilt. You can give me the silver star now. Crazy Quilt.
Where is he?
Willikers. I don't know. What? He was here just a minute ago.
He must have dropped back to help Nicky. Hi, Crazy Quilt.
He's not here, Santa.
Gee, where do you suppose he went?
Look, there he is.
Where, Patty?
Over there, running as fast as he can go.
Jiminy Crickets. And he's got the silver star.
My. And I was just about to remark how beautifully everything was going. That Crazy Quilt Dragon is certainly an amazing fellow. After all the adventures he's been through with Judy, Jimmy, and the Cinnamon Bear, who ever would have thought he'd steal the silver star again? But he did, and I must say things look mighty serious. Christmas is just around the corner, and so is Crazy Quilt. And if anything's going to happen, it's got to happen quick. Let's listen next time and see if it does.
This is Chesterton Radio, your home for podcasts of works by G.K. Chesterton, plus drama, comedy, mystery, science fiction, big bands, and much more. The soundtrack to your Chesterton day at chestertonradio.com.
Horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. built the western United States were courageous pioneers, but the obstacles they faced might never have been surmounted if it had not been for the masked rider of the plains. It was he who broke the power of the outlaw bands and the hostile Indian tribes. It was his knowledge of the country that rescued the settlers when the forces of nature seemed ready to overwhelm them. Return with us now to the thrilling days when the West was young. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! We're heading for Red River Valley. There's going to be trouble. Hail, Silver, away!
Dan Parsons owned the bank in the little town of Sagebrush at the head of the Red River Valley. One day, he was sitting in the living room of his home when he heard a rider draw up out in front. Dan was expecting a caller. He rose from his chair, straightened his weary shoulders, and turned to his wife.
Well, reckon that's Brady, Marcy. Looks like more trouble.
Now, don't you fret, Dan. Man's got to do what's right. Come in.
Where's that husband of yours? I want to... Oh, there you are, Parsons.
You want to see me, Brady?
You're doggone right I do, and you know what for.
I haven't done anything I'm ashamed of.
I ought to throw bullets through you, Parsons.
Brady, you can't...
I reckon you'd best go in the next room, Marcy.
No. You're my husband, Dan Parsons. I'm not letting a gun...
In the next room, Marcy.
Well, you just take care of yourself, Dan.
I will. Now get along. You hadn't ought to bust in that way, Brady. It ain't right when there's women folk around.
You don't never fight, do you, Parsons?
I'm a banker, Brady. I'm a man of peace.
You bought Carstairs cattle, didn't you?
I did.
You paid $10 silver a head, didn't you?
Brady, I calculate what I buy and what I pay for 'em is my business, not yours. If it so happens I plan to go to the railroad with them cattle and sell 'em, that's my affair.
Yeah. Gonna make a profit, ain't you?
Well, maybe you will.
Maybe nothing. A banker like you don't buy nothing when he figures on losing. Now, there ain't no friendship between me and the Carstairs outfit, and I'm
Too bad they ain't.
Huh?
This here whole valley is owned by your outfit and by Carstairs. Just the two of you.
You ain't forgetting you hold mortgages on both of us.
That don't matter. What does matter is that you two hombres ought to stop battling each other.
Tell that to Carstairs.
I did. And he acted the same as you. Both bull-headed as loco steers. Why don't you get together? Work together. The rangeland's drying up. The more you two hombres fight, the less chance there is.
Parsons, there's no use talking. Carstairs is a no-good skunk,
He
and
says the same about you.
Sure. If I ever meet up with him face-to-face, there'll be plenty of gun smoke, savvy? But I didn't come here for that. I come to ask you what about my cattle.
I'm buying them, Brady.
Sure. But for how much?
$10 silver a head.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Trying to... Huh? Did you say 10?
$10 a head.
But, Parsons,
The same as I'm giving Carstairs. Well, what's your jaw dropping for? Can't you talk?
Parsons, Well, them cattle of mine, they ain't worth that much.
I'm paying it, ain't I?
Well, they're thin and scrawny. Not much feed, and the water's so scarce they
Brady,
hardly...
I paid Carstairs 10, and I'm paying you the same. Now, take it or leave it.
Pretty anxious, ain't you?
Take it or leave it.
I get it. Reckon you got inside knowledge that cattle is fetching a fancy price back east, ain't you? Even scrawny cattle. You ain't the kind of fella to do nothing for charity.
You're entitled to your own opinion.
10 cartwheels ahead. Doggone it, you can't make much on that, Parsons.
You ain't answered yet, Brady.
Oh, I'll take it. When you plan to round up the cows?
As soon as it can be done.
And when do I get paid?
As soon as I get back from selling them.
After you sell them. Why not before?
Got any objections? I ain't never gone back on a debt so far.
All right, Parsons, all right. Don't get your dander up. The cat'll be ready soon to go.
Carstairs. Hey, Carstairs.
Did you finish the count, Parsons?
Count 825 head in your herd. That tally was your count?
Yeah. When you come back, I collect $8,250 silver dollars. I'll be in your bank waiting. Better have the money, Parsons.
I'll have it. All right, you riders. Start these longhorns moving. Get them on the prod.
Well, Parsons, me and my boys counted up the cattle. When you come back to Sagebrush, I'll be expecting $9,060 as payment.
You'll get it, Brady.
Now, see that I do. I'll be in your bank when you get back. Come on, boy.
Him, Carstairs. Got tempers like a bull. Neither one of them trusts me further than a rope's end.
Dan, I'm worried.
Now, Marthy, leave me do the work.
But you can't possibly get as much for these cattle as you promised to pay. $10 a head. Ain't nobody going to pay that much.
I'll see you when I get back, Marthy.
Thin, scrawny cattle won't bring that much even at St. Joseph's. You'll never be able to pay Carstairs and Brady what you promised.
Martha, I don't want you to fret. I'll do it.
If you don't, there's going to be a heap of trouble when you get back.
I'll be back, and I'll take care of trouble. All right, get these cows moving. We've got a long trail to go. Get 'em moving. Martha, you can expect me back in 2 weeks after I sell these here cattle. 2 weeks. Come on, boys. Come on here.
That's Carson's outfit down below us, Tonto. He's on his way back from selling those cattle, Kemosabe. He didn't get very much for them.
That's right.
That information you brought me from Sagebrush. You're sure that Parsons promised to pay $10 apiece for those cows? He'll never be able to do it.
He'll know that.
I can't understand it in the first place. Parsons is a smart man, a good banker. Yet still, he paid much more for the cattle than they were worth. What's wrong, Kemosabe? Rein up. Listen. You hear that?
One pony.
Yes, coming this way along the trail. We'll be heading for Sagebrush at this time of night.
Him come from Parsons' camp.
Yes, get back, Kemosabe. I want to see him as he goes past without him seeing us.
Back, Scout.
Good enough. Now watch. Quiet. Tonto, you saw him? It was Parsons, Banker Parsons, riding his horse in a hurry.
Him use spur.
He's heading for Sagebrush, leaving his outfit behind. That way he'll reach his home by early morning.
You think something wrong, Kemosabe?
We're going after him, Tonto. Come on.
Set him up, Scout.
We're going to find out why Parsons is acting so strangely. We'll trail him to town.
Who's there? Who is there? I'm warning you, I got a gun. Come around the back door this early in the morning. Tell me who you are, or I'll...
Let me in.
Oh. Dan Parsons, what on earth?
Marcy, I'm in trouble. I rode all night.
You got back already.
The boys and outfit will come in the regular way. They'll show up about sundown tonight, but I had to see you private. Marcy, I got to pay the money off to Brady and Carstairs.
No.
I promised to pay him $10 a head for them cattle, and all I could get was $6.
Dan, you mean you're...
What am I going to do? I had to come and tell you, Marcy. Come tomorrow morning, they'll be asking for their cash, and I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
Dan, you must be plumb tuckered out. Here, sit down.
Yeah.
I was just getting ready for breakfast. A cup of hot coffee will do you good.
No, Marcy, I can't drink and I can't eat. My throat's as dry as this here Red River Valley, but I can't take nothing. What are we going to do?
Dan, why'd you offer Brady and Carstairs so much for them cows? Why?
Well, you see...
You knew it wasn't worth that much. You knew it.
Sure, I knew it, but that...
But what? You're a banker, Dan, a businessman. What you done don't make sense.
Marcy, it makes sense to me. Leastways, it did up to now.
Huh?
I ain't never told you how I feel, have I? About me being a banker for Sagebrush in the Valley. I ain't never told you what it means to me.
Being a banker?
Marcy, I always figured a banker had a duty to the people. Sure, I wanted to make money so as we could live comfortable. But I wanted to help others.
Like Brady and Carstairs?
Yeah, like them. In good times, they didn't need no help. They was doing all right. But then the river dried up and the rangeland got burnt.
The cattle got scrawny and thin, and they died off.
So I give 'em mortgages on their outfits.
Yeah.
I figured maybe the river would come up again. There'd be rain and melting snow to bring the grass back.
Instead of which, it got worse.
Plenty worse. And this time, well, I knew right well that Brady and Carstairs had to get $10 a head for their cattle, or they couldn't keep going. They'd go bust.
You done all that 'cause you're a banker, Dan?
A bank's got to help folks. It's got to. That's what I done it for. Only now I tried too hard. I can't meet the promises I made.
Brady and Carstairs are honest men, Dan. Tell them.
Tell them what? You think they'll believe me?
No, I reckon not.
They're honest, sure. But they're bullheaded and ornery. They'll think I'm trying to cheat them. You know how they'll act.
Guns?
Yeah, guns. I don't know what to do.
Dan, we gotta leave Sagebrush.
Huh?
It's early. Nobody knows you're in town. We could bamboozle.
Leave Sagebrush?
Leave what money you got for them cows. Leave the bank. Dan, you gotta. We'll saddle up them horses to the wagon, and by tomorrow morning we'll be long gone out of here.
No, Marcy. We ain't going.
Dan.
I tell you no.
But Brady and Carstairs, they might kill you.
It ain't honest to leave. No, Marcy, I'm staying no matter what. I'm going to take my medicine.
Dan.
I'm staying, Marcy.
Dan.
Far enough from town, Tonto. Pull up. You heard Parsons talking to his wife?
We listened at window. Him good man.
He's got courage, Tonto. If he'd left Sagebrush, it would have been hard to blame him. But he's determined to stay no matter what happens.
We help him, Kemosabe?
Tonto, I have a plan. It's going to be dangerous because we'll have to ride into Sagebrush in broad daylight and get out again. Here's what we do.
All right, Parsons. Come back from selling them cows. Now hand over my money.
Pay me first, Parsons.
Oh, no, he don't, Carstairs.
Stay out of this, Brady. I don't like doing business with you in the same room.
Then get out. Or maybe you'd like some gunfighting to make you get out.
Now, hold your horses. This here's my bank, remember that.
He can't talk to me
I said shut up, both of you. For Pete's sake, why can't you gents get together? You're the two biggest men in the valley. You could do a lot. Instead, you're at each other's throats like hungry coyotes.
We do like we want to, Parsons. I'll fork over that money so that I can get away. I don't relish being with Brady long and I can help.
That goes double for me.
Well, I got something to tell you, gents.
Huh? There's the money right on the table in them saddles bags, ain't it?
Yeah, but...
Then trot it out and start divvying up.
Brady, Carstairs, there's a little something...
What's the matter? Ain't you got the money?
Well, for a matter of fact, you see, it's like...
Don't move, anyone.
What the... A masked man.
We came after that cat.
Hold up.
Take it, Tonto. Out to the horses.
Me get it.
No, you don't. That's my money. Oh.
I shot the gun from your hand, mister. The next one who tries may not be so lucky. We got money. Good. The horses are outside.
You hurry.
Well, I'm going. Don't anyone try to throw that after me because it won't do you any good.
Hold up.
After him. Where's my gun? There he goes. Pour it at him.
Come on, Silver.
Shoot! Shoot, doggone you! They're getting away! Shoot!
Hail, Silver, away!
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue our story. In order to save Dan Parsons' life, the Lone Ranger and Tonto held him up. Then they raced out of town just ahead of a hastily organized posse. Before long, Silver and Scout led the posse far behind. Then finally the men drew rein.
Slow up, you fellas! Drag in your horses! We ain't got a groundhog's chance of catching that pair of hold-up men. That white horse covers ground like a streak of lightning.
Yeah, and that paint is like a shatter.
When we get back to Sagebrush,
Now, hold on there, Brady. You're giving up, ain't you?
Doggone you, hide Carstairs. I never cottoned to you, and I don't now. But I say...
Quiet, both of you.
Yeah, keep quiet.
You act like it was your money that masked man stole.
Huh?
Sure, it was my money.
And mine, don't forget that.
No, it weren't, Brady. You see, I hadn't give it to you yet. I hadn't give it to either one of you. So I still owe you that cash.
Say, he's right. Well, I'll be jiggered.
You're all right, Parsons. I reckon that's so. If you didn't pay us, and I ain't lost. Not yet.
Yeah. Of course, I can't pay you till we catch that masked hombre. But when I do...
Well, they still ain't catching us, them crooks.
Well, I figure you're right, Brady. The thing to do is to head back to Sagebrush.
What for? Why not go after him now?
On account of we come away in a hurry. We ain't prepared for a long chase.
Yeah, I ain't got but one gun. Ain't got no ammunition, no food.
What we got to do is organize. Get plenty of water and grub.
Yeah.
Get plenty of guns. Rifles, not sidearms. Then we come out here, pick up the trail, and go get 'em.
Yeah. Them horses are too fast for us on a short chase.
We got to keep going after 'em for a long time. And for that, we got to be prepared. Now, let's head for home.
All right, come on. Get up. Get up. Come on. Get up.
See any sign of them, Tonto?
No sign.
Now watch for a cloud of dust. They may still be after us.
Hunter's seen nothing.
We've been traveling half the day. Silver could have outrun them easily, but I wanted them to keep trailing us for a while.
They not on trail now.
Huh? And what is it, Silver?
Look.
Yes, Silver smelled the water. We'll pull up and let them drink their fill.
It's plenty dry.
Here we are. The Red River. Red River. And what's left of it, Tonto?
Nobody come after us, Kimasabi.
Well, all we've done is to give Parsons a breathing spell. The most important thing is to let Brady and Carstairs realize how much they're indebted to him. It's not going to be easy to do. But I'm certain if they realized the true facts, they'd face them like men. They'd work together.
Maybe you tell them.
No, they wouldn't believe me, Tonto. I'm masked. They wouldn't trust a masked man. There must be some other way to... Tonto. I think I have a plan. Look at the bed of the river. There's only the thinnest trickle of water now. You heard Parsons. Formerly, Red River was full of water. Plenty of water to keep the entire rangeland going.
It's plenty dry now.
Look up there into the hills. You can see where the river comes down from the mountains.
Let me see.
Tonto, if that river was full of water once more, it could water this entire valley the way it used to.
What you mean?
Come on. We're going up into those hills. We're going to take a look around. Up on your horse. We've plenty to do.
Steady, Scout.
Come on. We're taking a look around, and then we're calling on Parsons. Up, Silver. Come on.
Get on, Scout.
We've got work to do.
Hail, Silver! Hooray!
Ease up, boy.
That you, Dan?
Yeah, Marcy, I'm kind of wore out.
You been out with the posse again?
Yeah. Searched for that masked hold-up man in the engine.
Well, I hope you didn't catch him. I hope they got away.
You hope they got away? What kind of talk is that?
I do. Dan, as long as that money ain't found, Brady and Carstairs will never know you didn't have enough to pay. And I hope it ain't found.
That don't change the fact that I still owe the money, Marcy.
Then, and the masked man still free?
Yeah, him and the engine. The posse trailed him up near the head of the valley. They're somewheres in the hills, but we don't know where.
Dan, you're tired.
I reckon I ain't as young as I was. That's why I come back to rest up. I've been in the saddle too long.
You come in the house and sit.
Marcy, I got to tell them pretty soon. Brady and Carstairs. I got to tell them that I didn't have the money.
Oh, Dan, don't go inviting trouble.
I can't help it, Marcy. Right is right and wrong is wrong. There ain't no two ways about it. Even if the money don't never come back, I got to tell them.
It'll mean we're ruined, Dan.
I got to tell them.
Yeah, let me hold the door open for you. Now, come in.
What in tarnation?
What's that doing on the floor?
Well, it's a sack of some kind.
What, here when I went out to meet you?
Marcy.
Huh?
Marcy, it looks like... It is. It's the sack that was stole. The money the masked man took.
Dan, close the door.
How did it get here? It's the money. How did it get here?
I brought it, Parsons.
The masked man.
No, don't pick it up again. And you, ma'am, stay away from that gun on the wall.
What do you mean by coming?
Stand right there, Parsons.
Where's the rest of the cash?
Up in the hills with Tonto.
Tonto, huh? That's the engine. Martha, we got to get the posse.
Dan,
The posse can wait. Parsons, I took that money to help you.
What?
You needn't stare at me. You see, Parsons, Tonto and I were on the trail when you returned here after you sold the cattle. We heard you and your wife talking.
Mister, you mean you know Dan didn't have enough money for the bank to pay what he promised?
Yes, that's why we took it. And Parsons, is there any blasting powder in sagebrush?
What?
You can figure it out later. I asked if there's any blasting powder in town.
There is, masked man. There's a few casks of it in the general store.
And your husband and I are going to get it.
Now, look at here.
Dan Parsons, you go with him.
Marcy,
You heard me, Dan. There ain't nobody else to help you. You go with him and come back later.
He's not coming back here, Mrs. Parsons.
You mean?
Parsons and I are taking that blasting powder. Then we're going up into the hills. You leave everything to me, understand?
She's gone plumb loco.
Now, come on, Parsons. We're getting that powder. This is the last one, Parsons.
Masked man, I can't figure
I don't
what
ask
for
questions. You talked about that money and the rest of it a dozen times already. Now, load it on your wagon. Come on. Yeah, that does it. All right, Parsons, up on the seat.
Yeah, I'm getting...
Here, Silver.
That horse does what you tell him like a puppy.
Yep, Silver and I are old friends. Now, Parsons, take off that brake and start heading for the hills.
Get up, horses.
I'll be right behind you. I'm going to help you no matter how much you may dislike it. Come on, Silver.
Gee, Jehoshaphat, it's the masked man. The masked man and Banker Parsons. They're in cahoots. Where's my horse? I got to get riding. I got to tell Brady and Carstairs about this.
Brady! Hey, Brady! Carstairs, I got news. Who's that? Don't shoot. I'm Shad Jenkins. I come from town. Shad Jenkins? What's going on? Something wrong? I come riding out from town. Where's Brady? Where's Carstairs?
Hey, what's the ruckus about?
One side there. Leave me through. I just come from town. I seen him. Quiet, you fellas. Quiet.
Come on, Jenkins, spill it. Why ain't you back in Sagebrush looking after your store?
My store's been robbed.
What?
Yeah, my store's been robbed of 6 kegs of blasting powder. Who done it? The same masked hombre you gents is after.
What do you mean?
And wait. I got more to tell you. The masked man, huh?
The ornery coyote must have circled down out of the hills and got into town.
I tell you there's more. The masked man wasn't alone. Sure not. That Injun pilot's with him. No, 'twa'n't the Injun. The gent with him was Dan Parsons.
Now, wait a minute, you fellas. All right, Jenkins, give us the whole story.
Carstairs, Brady, listen to me. The masked man and Parsons is in cahoots. They're working together. What? Yeah, I heard them talking. They're heading into the hills, the both of them, going to join the Injun. And you know how I'm sure Parsons is with them?
Go ahead.
Because that holdup was fixed. Parsons didn't have enough money to pay you 2 fellas off in the first place.
So that's it, eh? Brady, you savvy that?
Yeah, Carstairs, I do. All right, you fellas, get your horses. We're going after them.
We don't know where.
They got blasting powder, ain't they? We'll find him. Come on, you fellas. We're going. Get up there. Hey, Brady. Yeah? How are we going to locate them hombres if we don't know where they're at? We'll find them somewhere. Did you hear that? Blasting powder. That's it.
Look up there in the mountains. Smoke. Yeah, smoke from the powder. Now we know where they're at. Come on, gents. Head for the smoke. This time we got them. Get up, come on. Get up. There he is. Up ahead. That's him. It's Parsons. Don't try to run for it, Parsons. Stand right where you are.
I'm running.
I'll say, ain't you sneaking coyote? Caught you, didn't we?
Where's the masked man?
So you and the masked hombre was working together, huh? So you had him work that hold up because you didn't have all the cash you promised me.
And me, too.
Now, listen, you gotta believe me. I didn't have nothing to do with that hold up. I'll admit I didn't have the cash to pay you off, but I didn't have...
A fine banker you are, Parsons. I figure we ought to string you up right here now. If it wasn't for you setting off that blast, we'd have never found you. But you
Drop
can't...
those guns. Pronto.
The masked man.
That means you too, Brady. Drop it.
I'll drop you first, mister. No!
Good shooting, Tanner.
You're not hurt, Brady. Time a shot hit your gun, not you. Keep an eye on them, Kemosabe.
Come to watch.
Mister, what's the idea of taking them cakes of powder and setting off that blast? I don't savvy.
Carstairs, the first reason for setting that blast was to close off the river. Look at it.
Well, I'll be... It's a regular dam. You blocked off the river. We didn't have enough water before, but now we won't have none.
You'll have plenty, Brady.
But why did
you should have built a dam long ago. There's a natural basin to hold the water here. If you and Carstairs had built a dam before this, you'd have had water when you needed it.
Yeah, there was some talk about building a dam, but me and Brady couldn't get together.
So I heard.
What difference does that make? I was doing all right anyway.
Why were you doing all right, Brady?
Huh?
Your cattle were thin and scrawny. The whole valley was in danger. Yet Parson kept giving you loans, promising you more for your cattle than he could get himself.
Mister, you mean...
I mean Parsons is the best friend any of you ever had. He tried to be your banker. He tried to help you out in every way that he could.
Parsons, you mean you offered $10 for them cattle when you knew you couldn't get more than 5 or 6 for them?
Well, I figured you gents needed the money, Carstairs. I figured I could get a hold of it some way. You see, the way I look at things, a bank's got to help folks out when they need help. I done my best.
Parsons, you sure make me feel ashamed of myself.
Yeah, that goes for me, too.
I got the money here. It ain't what I promised to pay you, but it's all I could get for the cattle.
Parsons, you and the masked man done us a real favor. I reckon we've been kind of short-sighted, ain't we, Carstairs?
I reckon we have, Brady. What do you say we forget about being enemies and work together for a spell?
It suits me right down to the ground. And the first thing we got to do is build up this water supply like the masked man said, so we'll always have plenty of water for Red River Valley. Parsons, will you shake hands?
I'm asking for your hand, too, Parsons. Will you?
I sure will. And, gents, let's make Red River Valley the best doggone cattle country in the West.
Come on, fellas, let's get busy. And from now on, we listen to Dan Parsons.
Hello, Silver, away!
story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger, Incorporated.
This is Chesterton Radio, the true, good, and beautiful at chestertonradio.com.
Don't turn that dial. This is the right station if you want to hear about Jonathan Thomas and his Christmas on the Moon. Oh, my goodness. I very much fear it's time for old Santa Claus soon to be here. But how in the world will we have time to pack when they haven't yet found him and brought him back? You know, the Squeebobliums stole him away, and they did it because they hate Christmas Day. Jonathan Thomas said he'd find him soon. So he started out with the Man in the Moon to Squeebobble-land. And as a matter of course, they rode upon Gorgonzola the horse. It's a long, long way they've had to go, and the trouble they've had, you'll never know. For the road leads down through the fairy rings, past the home of giants and goblins and things. It's not much fun for a wee little boy, but he promised the children they'd have their toys. I'm glad it's his promise to keep and not mine, and he'll have to hurry. There isn't much time. The trouble has been there's a wicked old witch who rules o'er a land called Rumplestitch. She's wise indeed in the ways of magic, and the things she plans are very tragic. But they've had the help of the good fairy queen. She knows how to spoil the old witch's scheme. One day as they traveled, they saw a great wall, and there wasn't a way around it at all. As far as their eyes could see and more, there was nothing in sight but a row of doors. So they entered one. Though I can't understand, they found themselves standing in Looking-Glass Land. Then lovely Queen Alice said, "Now that you're here, I surely must help you, for Christmas is near." So she gave them a whistle, which would make them grow tall, or, if they preferred, it would make them grow small. She said, "I am sure it will help you out. When you rescue Santa, you will need it, no doubt." So they thanked her kindly and bade her good day. But in the pea-soup fog, they soon lost their way. As they wandered around, they heard weepings and wails, and out came a dragon with 13 tails. He chased them until they were quite out of breath. They were snatched just in time from a terrible death by Dinty the Keeper, who heard the uproar, and he let them come in. Then he slammed the door. But he said, "Here's a present. It's a piece of plum cake. If the dragon eats it, his stomach will ache." Well, the dragon ate it and got very sick. He was really quite hurt that they'd played such a trick. But right after that, their trouble was double. They were captured alive by the awful Squeebobbles. Now let's see what's happened to them, for here's where the story begins again.
Oh, gracious sakes to goodness. I'm so angry I could weep and wail, for I don't like being thrown in jail.
No, and I don't like it either. I wish we were out of here. How are we going to rescue Santa Claus if we're locked up in jail?
That wicked old King Squibbeeble, he's the meanest man of all the people. If I had my hands on him, I'd show him a thing or two. Yup, you bet your boots that's what I'd do.
Ooh, listen, Mr. Man in the Moon, it sounds like someone was opening the door.
I wonder who it is.
Why, it's only me. Who else could it be? I've come to see you two, so's I can tell if you're hearty and well. That's what I've come to do.
Is that so? Well, let me tell you a thing or two. You'd better let us out of here. That's what you'd better do.
Yes, that's what you better do.
Now, isn't it a shame? And really, I'm not to blame for holding you prisoners so. For I can't let you out, no matter how you shout. It's impossible to let you go.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why? Why, because of Santa Claus and a promise that I made this year. There shan't be a toy for any girl or boy, and there shan't be any Christmas cheer. That's why. And now, goodbye.
You think you're smart, but you'll find out,
'cause we'll try till we do get out.
Yes, we'll try till we do get out.
In spite of your tongue wagging and all of your bragging, you'll stay here, just never fear. And you can just remember that when you get out, it'll be hot in the middle of December.
It'll be hot for you, and that's a promise. Not only from me, but from Jonathan Thomas.
Yes.
Pish and touch. What a lot of slush. And all I've got to say, I hope you stay well in this dungeon cell, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Goodbye.
Slaggy. Someday that king is going to get me mad, and when he does, it'll be pretty bad.
What are we going to do, Mr. Man in the Moon?
I only wish I knew what we could do.
I wish my daddy was here. He'd fix up that old wicked king.
Oh, now there's no use to cry, 'cause we're not going to die. There's no reason for all your fears. We'll get some out some way, that I'll say. So come on now, dry up your tears.
I wish we were small as 2 little ants. Then we could go under the door. And then I'd bet we could.
Oh, for goodness sakes, the Jiminy Cricket's hand, flub-a-dudge.
What's the matter, Mr. Man in the Moon, if you please?
Oh, I've got an idea, and it makes me so awful sore. Why in the world didn't I think of it before?
What idea, if you please?
Didn't Queen Alice, when you were in the palace, give you a magic whistle?
Uh-huh.
Did you lose it?
No, of course I didn't. I got it right here in my pocket.
Well, then, for goodness gracious sakes alive, take your whistle and blow it twice. And if the whistle is any good at all, you'll shrink and shrink till you'll be right small.
Oh, that's right, Mr. Man in the Moon. I forgot all about the whistle.
I said not to fear, we'd get out of here, and that's what we're going to do. We'll yet keep our promise, Master Jonathan Thomas. Quicker than you can count up to 2.
But what about you, Mr. Man in the Moon? Maybe I can grow smaller and get out of this jail. But you can't.
I'll tell you the thing to do. Why, there's nothing to it at all. First blow the whistle and grow right small. Then crawl right under the dungeon wall. Then when you get out, don't make a sound, but be right quiet and look around. Then blow the whistle once more. Then when you grow up, then unlock the door. It's as simple as counting from 1 up to 4.
Oh, that's a very good idea, Mr. Man in the Moon. I wonder why we didn't think of that before.
Oh, the king will be angry and chock full of wrath. And he who laughs last always has the best laugh. Come on now, blow your whistle, Jonathan Thomas. And then we'll hurry and keep our promise. We'll show them something about Christmas cheer. We'll have the best Christmas of any old year.
Here I go, Mr. Man in the Moon. I'm ready to blow my whistle.
Then hurry and blow so you'll quickly go.
1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go.
For gracious sakes to goodness. You're getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, look at me, Mr. Man in the Moon. I'm getting as small as 2 times 2.
There, now, you're small enough. That magic spell is sure fine stuff.
Here I go under the door, Mr. Man in the Moon, and as soon as I get outside, I'll let you out.
I won't worry if you'll quickly hurry.
It'll only be a minute. Here I go under the wall. Now, here I am outside. I must blow my whistle once, and then grow up tall again so I can open the door. beginning to grow tall again. Taller and taller and taller. And now I can open the door. There. The door's open. Come on, Mr. Man in the Moon.
For gracious sakes. And now let's hurry faster and faster because now is the time to rescue Santa Claus.
We'll sneak down this hall, 'cause I heard the King Squeeble say that Santa Claus is until right down here.
Let us be very quiet or we'll start a riot. And they'll all begin to roar. Gracious to goodness and Jiminy Crickets. Look, I think this is the door.
I think it is, too.
Then we'll unlock the door. And open the door. Yeah. Hello, Santa Claus.
Hello, Santa Claus.
Hello, Mr. Man in the Moon. I knew you'd get here in time for this year, but you didn't arrive too soon.
This is Jonathan Thomas, Mr. Santa Claus.
I'm very pleased to meet you, if you please.
How do you do, my little man? I've met you before. And my gracious, what's more, I was planning to meet you again.
You mean on Christmas morning, if you please?
Of course. Let's see. You wanted a rocking horse, a boat, a sled, and a train. I got your letter, which said you've been much better, and you'll never be bad again.
That's right.
Oh, for goodness sakes to graciousness. Here, there won't be any toys under the Christmas tree. There won't be any Christmas at all this year if we don't hurry and get out of here. Come on, let's go through this door and turn to your right. Goodness to gracious, what a sight. Soldiers are coming. We'd better start running.
Oh, we're going to be caught again.
Run for your life!
Oh, my goodness. Just when they're making good their escape, they've been found out. And soldiers coming from every direction. Do you think Jonathan Thomas and Santa Claus and the Man in the Moon will be caught? Oh, I certainly hope not, because here it is almost Christmas. Well, we'll find out, I guess, in the next story of Jonathan Thomas. So don't forget to listen, will you? I won't.
You are listening to Chesterton Radio at chestertonradio.com.